Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan back with another video for you today. Recently I looked at the reference, as in reference straight from Nvidia, GTX560 Titanium or Thai edition. And today I'm going to be having a look at Gigabyte's top flag model for the 560s, which is the super overclock. This card has got a monstrous clock on the core. It's got a total clock of 1 gigahertz. So yeah. So it's a big old deal. I never thought we'd be seeing Nvidia cards with 1,000 on the core. I really didn't. So without further ado, I'm going to bring you in for a close look at the card, and then we'll go into some benchmarks and some gameplay, and then right at the very end I will wrap it all up and give you my thoughts and opinions as I normally do. So yeah, for the regulars, it is time to pause and buffer in 1080 and rack off and get yourself a cup of tea and some biscuits. Right then guys, time for a close look at the card. I'm hoping you can't, but if you can hear any kind of background noise, it's my washing machine. Because I am human, I do have a life, and yeah, it's just decided to spin and I can't be bothered to sit here and wait. But we'll do the test for the fan speed and everything later. I just thought I'd give you a good close look in round the card, because it is lovely. I forgot to put it in my light tent, or rather I had it in my light tent and I forgot to take the video camera in with me. But as you can see, 2 6-pin power. We've got 4 heat pipes going into the core. And that's the only point of contact really with the graphics card. The memory and everything like that is separate. There is a kind of like power rig MOSFET heatsink, but it's separate. The actual main body of the heatsink is just cooling that main core, but then the fans blowing through cool everything else. Oh, let me see if I can get it back. There you go. That looks quite cool, doesn't it? I wonder if that could hypnotise you. What do we reckon? Will it focus? That looks well funky. You can sit on both of them now. God, I'm sad. Anyway, go around the back, and we've got 2 of the usual DVIs, and then at the top there is a mini HDMI. So yeah, that's your first look, or a close look in. Something that I did notice, it took me a little while to realise as well. I just thought it was kind of like a, me and Mr. Story both thought it was like just like meant to be like rusty metal. But if you have a look carefully, there's meant to be like flames that you can see through cutouts. But then you got that centre plate in the middle. Yeah, lots of flames on the sticker. They probably won't see it much once it's in your system. Anyway, let's crack on with some benchmarks. Right then guys, just done a quick Heaven run. Unigine, I should say. Anyway, it literally was just open and run. See the kit. You can see the settings there, and I'll just hover it there for you. Anyway, let's have a look at the other benchmarks that I've done. Obviously I can't do Unigine and leave the window open. So there's 3D Mark Vantage, 25,938 total P score. GPU score of 21,542. Come down and we got a P score of 5,151 in 3D Mark 11. And there's the breakdown of the points there. So yeah, all in all, benchmark wise, very, very good. Right then guys, straight on with Alien vs Predator. as usual, keep an eye on the top left hand side of the screen. I'm just trying to get the lights a bit better. I'm really not doing a good job here. I should just stay out of the way, shouldn't I? Have I made it better or worse? Oh, I don't know. Zoom you into the top of the screen. Obviously we have got the audio on again. Just going to run with it for a few days and see what you all think. This time it's on the just the onboard sound of the Rampage 3. We'll go straight on, literally straight on with Resident Evil. I really hate the audio on this one, it's so repetitive. Right, that's the end of that one, guys. I'm just going to move straight on with Far Cry. Okay guys, moving on with Far Cry 2 benchmark. Just zoom you in and show you the top left hand corner quickly.
It was the first time I had left the safe tube.
What the hell's going on? Shit.
Straight on with good old Metro, guys.
People, wake up for Christ's sake! What is wake up, what is?
The reflection is actually my window, I've now worked out. I'll zoom you up to the frames per second.
Shoot them! You shoot them! Take the ladders, come on! Help!
Oh dear, light gone. Rookie.
Let's empty ammo, Doug! Let's empty ammo! Help! We're all... What the hell just happened here?
And we die! Okay. Right then guys, on to Crysis. 0, AA and gamer settings to start off with. We've moved the fraps counter to the top right hand corner just to get it out of the reflection. It's up there now, look.
I got the feed from O'Neill's camera. The helicopter that just passed by was carrying a shielded cask for spent nuclear fuel. The KPA are known to co-opt those casks for carrying nuclear warheads. We've got a situation here.
Okay, 2 soft tops up on the beach road. If you fuck up, they'll call in reinforcements. Following behind, I've got another soft top diverting onto the beach and an APC pulling up the rear. I'm also tracking 2 troop carriers and a KPA chop. But what the hell? Just tear up the whole damn resort. KPA trucks are pulling up onto the beach.
O'Neill, listen up. I wasn't planning on going solo. I need munitions. What you got?
Okay, wait one while I access their mill net. Got it. There's a huge stash of explosives at the beach bar.
Just leg it.
Heads down.
Don't kill them all. Gonna try and get both helicopters, see if he can pull it off.
There's 2 soft tops in the car park.
Quick, quick, quick!
Last car at the bar.
Quick! Grenades! Woohoo! Both helicopters, cha-ching! I know that's not the point of the game, but it's just something that we've wanted to do for a long time, is get both helicopters. Right, Mr. S, before you get too into this, escape. Right, just a quick one guys, I'm going to turn all the settings up to enthusiast, but we're only going to turn the no. We're only going to turn all the graphics settings, as in the anti-aliasing, up to 8 times. Once you go kind of past 8 times, the frames per second kind of dips down too much into the 20s and makes it a bit difficult to play. Even though Mr. S just died, just got hit by a flying wheel shrapnel. But yeah, at 8 times it's perfectly fine. One of the things we do kind of need to mention though is 8 times AA is the maximum supported for any of the ATI cards anyway. And yeah, so this is, it's still got some massive kahunas. Need to remember that the card's not only doing 8 times AA but handling all its own physics as well.
Just passed by was carrying a shielded cask for spent nuclear fuel. The KPA are known to co-opt those casks for carrying nuclear warheads. We've got a situation here.
Okay, 2 soft tops up on the beach road. If you fuck up, they'll call in reinforcements. Following behind, I've got another soft top diverting onto the beach.
You will see on big explosions and things like that, the frames per second probably dip down to about 26, 27.
KPA trucks are pulling up onto the beach.
O'Neill, listen up. I wasn't planning
But
on going
most of the
solo. I need
gameplay with
munitions, what you
guns
got?
and
Okay,
the like is all in the 30s.
Got it. There's a huge
We need to remember that all the texture settings and detail settings are yeah, on enthusiast, so that side of things is maxed out.
I'm coming for the restaurant. Keep clear.
Maximum speed, maximum power.
Quick.
Maximum speed.
Last call at the bar. There's 2 soft tops in the car park.
Can he get it for the second time? Oh yeah! Boom, Shankar! See the frames per second there, even with these fight scenes, are still high 30s and even getting up to 40, 42 frames a second.
The APC on the road is still active. Heads down.
What was that? Come off the back. Anyways, I can't sit here and watch Crysis all day as much as I'd like to. So let's move on to folding at home and some temperature set tests. Right then guys, on to some folding at home and temperature tests. As you can see there, with this 6800 unit, a 25% in, and it's showing in folding at home tracker, it's showing 14,564 ppd. Camera's not really liking the green, but anyway. Now, value min and max. It's currently 62 degrees, but we've had a low of 30 and a high of 70. The high of 70 was actually when we were doing our extended Crysis gaming, because we played it for a lot longer than what we actually showed you on the camera. So that was the maximum we got with a massive gaming session. So staying below 70 degrees with a 1 GHz clock and quiet is just it's a bit daft. But yeah, currently folding, graphics card is on 100%, and it's just running 62 degrees. And I'll just pop you in. Now, although that's not focused, hopefully you'll be able to pick up some noise. There is, it's not silent, but because the fans are running and we're on 100%, But if this was the reference card, it would be significantly louder, probably about a bit warmer as well. Because obviously, because of the overclock and everything like that. But it's a very, very good heatsink on this. So yeah, there we go. You can, once it's focused, there you go, you can see the temperatures are still at 62 degrees. We're still running folding at home. All lovely, cool and quiet. Right then, so you've seen the benchmarks, you've seen the folding at home, you've seen everything. So it's now time to wrap it up and see what I think of it. I was very, very impressed with the 560 reference when I first saw it. And the more I've kind of sat and thought about it, I'm going to kind of make a bold statement and say that I think that the GTX 560 is the new 8800 GT, because it's a small and affordable card. It's actually roughly the same sort of money I paid for my my 8800 GT years back when they were first released. I think it was about 180, 190 I paid GBP for my 8800 GT quite a few years back. So this kind of is falling into that kind of bracket. And the 8800 GT was famed for the fact that it sold loads. It was an amazing performing card for not necessarily a massive amount of money. And that's really where I see the 560 kind of slotting in as almost like the first card that Nvidia have released since that's been anywhere near as good as good performance for your money. And still being, not massively expensive. It's accessible by pretty much everyone. It's brilliant. Now, what Gigabyte have done, when I had the reference, I did manage to get 1050 out of it, 1050 out of it with a maximum overclock, but it required quite a lot of volts. It started getting noisy because of the heat. What Gigabyte have done is they've fine-tuned the board, and they've brought to us a card that's 1000 on the core out of the box. We need to remember that also comes with warranty and quiet and very well performing cooling. So if the reference did 1050 and now this is at 1000, some of you will be thinking, oh, I just overclock. No, yeah, that's fair enough, but like I said, the reference card was a bit noisier, required more volts. Whereas this is just cool, quiet, it's just singing along. So basically what Gigabyte have done is they've fine-tuned the board and they've brought us a card that's literally straight out the box. It is about as good as you wanted to push it. I tried overclocking it, well I did overclock it. Once you got above 1025 on the core, the 3D Mark Vantage scores actually started to drop no matter what volts and stuff you put in it. So this really is plug and play, and you don't even have to worry about it. So it's not going to be a card for tweakers and lovers of people that really like to play and fine tune and mess about. But if you're one of those type of people that just wants to buy a card that's going to work, be it the absolute best that you can get for your money, without having to all the messing about and worrying and everything like that, then this is absolutely perfect. Now you'd think the fact that you've got better cooling, the board's been played with, you're going to have the warranty for this massive overclock, that you'd be paying a massive premium for it. But it's actually just £30 more expensive than the reference cards were when they were released. We were told around kind of 190, 200 for the reference boards when they were first released. And this is just £229. Now I know Aria are taking pre-orders as well, and yeah, I don't care, I'm going to do a bit of name dropping. But yeah, they are taking pre-orders in the UK, so if this is something that you're interested in, then you can head over there now, put your money where your mouth is, and you'll get it as soon as they get them. Now for just 30 quid and you get all of that extra, it's an absolute bargain of a card. Now 25,000, nearly 26,000 3D Mark points, 3D Mark Vantage points. and that's just with, you know, an average run-of-the-mill 950 at 4 gigahertz and 6 gigabyte of RAM. I mean, that's bonkers kind of performance. That's the kind of numbers that we would have been dreaming of, you know, a year or so ago from a single card, let alone a single card that costs 230 quid. Is absolutely ridiculous. I'm very impressed with the kind of new direction Gigabyte have taken with their graphics cards of late, and they seem to be doing a much bigger drive and push, and to be perfectly honest, there's not been a bad one yet. They really are. They've just kind of sat up all of a sudden and just gone, no, we can do this just as well, if not better than the rest. And to be perfectly honest with you, they really can as well, because these cards are epic. And do I need to keep going on about the price? Now, normally with the NVIDIAs, we would wang it up to 16 times Q on the anti-aliasing, but with the smaller card, it couldn't really cope. When you were in Crysis especially, as soon as you wanged it up, the frames per second dropped down sort of like below 25, and it made it a little bit difficult to play. If you run just 8 times, which I will note, you know, and kind of remind you about, is the maximum all of the ATI cards actually support. Didn't really go below 30 at all, and we were seeing up to 40 frames a second, even though we had all of the kind of texture settings and everything else set to enthusiast. And remember, this is kind of, it is still a small card. It's not got the big kind of undercarriage, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's not got the balls that some of the bigger cards have to be able to cope with the you know, mass levels of AA. But I still don't see 8 times AA as being a small amount really. It's a very well performing card. So let's have a think. Awards, goes without the saying really, it's a gold award. For me to be able to say, I think that the 5600 is like the a modern day or a newer version of the 8800 GT, that's a big thing really, because the 8800 GT was an epic little card at its time, and I really do see this as kind of the newer version of it. So that's a big deal. The price, it's just £30 more expensive than the reference, and you get that stonking overclock, a better cooler, and you know, the warranty for that massive overclock as well. So absolutely brilliant. Out of 10, a solid 9, 8.5, 9. You really, there's not a great deal that you're ever going to be able to find about this card that you can really fault. It's well priced, it performs massively. It's just, if you spent this money on the red team, literally penny for penny, you would not get this kind of performance. So I'm not going to bugger about. It's epic. And no, I'm not an NVIDIA fanboy. I'm a realist. At the end of the day, when the 400 series cards were out, only the 460 was worth buying, and I didn't mind giving NVIDIA, you know, handing them just all the bloody horrible words and just telling it the way it was. And the thing is no matter what any of you lot say, is that the red cards at the moment are nowhere near as good as they should have been. They needed that die shrink. But NVIDIA kicked up to the plate. They fixed all the problems with the 400 series cards. They brought us the 5s, and to be perfectly honest, I really see the 500 series cards as what NVIDIA wanted to bring us with the 400 series cards. They just needed a bit more time. But it doesn't really matter now, because the 500 series cards, the whole range are wicked, and this kind of like, it's not a budget gamer, but it's a well-priced gaming card, is absolutely bang on the money. It's cool, calm, collected, and will still get its head right into Crysis at really high settings and still kick you out over 30 frames a second, which is, at the end of the day, which is 30 to 40 is perfect for pretty much everyone gaming. And don't forget, we are running 1920 by 1200 as well. So if you're running a 22-inch screen with 1680 by 1050, for example, your frames per second will be even higher. Anyway, I'm going to stop going round and round in circles, and I'm going to get this uploaded. I've got plenty more for you to come, but yeah, Gigabyte GTX560 Super Overclock is an absolute cracking card. And if you haven't bought an Nvidia already and you're not much of an overclocker, you just want a card with loads of performance straight out of the box, this probably is going to be the £200 card of choice. So yes, this is Tiny Tom Logan with another review for you. Out.